Hey guys, it is Tonya with Thrifty Treasures. Welcome to episode number 3 of the Reseller Six Pack. And tonight we are going to be talking about customer loyalty, how you create it, and what you do to get those customers to come back to your stores. So what's everybody drinking tonight? Let's start with you, John.
Hey everybody, I'm John, the Cincinnati Picker. I am drinking a Dogberry Brewing Braised Brown Ale. I'm almost done with my first one.
All right, Duane, how about you?
My name is Duane Hale. I have my name, my whatever moniker is Mothership Products. I'm being good this week. 1 6-pack of normal sized beers. They're all different flavors. The one I started with is the Prankster. I'm gonna start.
Nice. Jory?
Some French cider. It says pomade, which I'm pretty sure is French for apple. It was brand new, so I figured I'd pick it up.
All right. Andy?
Ronnie got me with the rum and coke last week, so I'm actually going with rum and Sprite in the my little I don't know what you would call it, my generic Yeti here that my wife crafted up with the old Harry Carey likeness there. So,
That's great.
Love it. And Ronnie, what about you?
Ronnie Hard Pickers, and I just got regular old Coke today. I took a nap this afternoon, and I woke up, and I do just not feel like drinking anything.
All right, Ronnie's kicked off the show. He's not drinking.
Right.
Hey, Ronnie, I'm just playing, bud.
Not alcoholic today.
And I'm having a mango daiquiri in my little L cup.
Fancy.
Fancy pants. Right. Okay, so John, do you want to lead?
Yeah, definitely. So the topic this week is customer loyalty and what you're doing to create it. When Tonya brought this topic up to us earlier this week, it kind of got me thinking a little bit, and I'm kind of in a unique situation. I've got my own auction website, so when it comes to customers, I have bidders who are bidding on my site, and then I also have consigners who are bringing me items. So I kind of need to create that loyalty with both. With my bidders, I always make sure that I'm getting good items on my site so that they keep coming back. And then when they come to pick up, I'm calling them by their first name, and asking about how their family is, really try to get to know them. On the consigner side, it's a little tricky, because I start everything at $1 and it sells for what it sells for. We don't do reserves. So I've always got to get a feel for what they value things at. And if it's too much, then I'll tell them point blank, like, well, you probably won't get that. And we try to get their things listed quickly and everything. But that's kind of how I try to create customer loyalty.
Right. All right. Duane, what about you?
Well, I don't have a whole lot of repeat customers. What I do, when I package up my things to ship them off, I put a little label on it, and it says, I even have one right here. It just says, "Thank you for purchasing from Mothership Products. Please leave positive feedback and 5-star ratings if you're happy with your purchase." So, and that's really all I do. Like I said, I've only had like 2 repeat customers in 5 years.
Right.
But I just try and make sure that they know that I appreciate that they, bought from me. So.
Right. What about you, Jory?
I don't have a ton of repeat customers. I got a few local guys that buy video games off me, but I have a lot of repeat sellers that come to me with stuff. So to keep them happy, sometimes I end up buying a lot of junk to get a few good things.
Right.
That's all they have, but.
Okay. Andy?
yeah, like the rest of these guys, I don't have a lot of repeat. I mean, I do get some, and it's usually like somebody that that'll buy. I sell a lot of clothes, so it'll be someone like that'll buy a shirt. I think a lot of it's they like the way I package it. I kind of take a little extra time and make my stuff look really professional when I send it out. And then it seems like a lot of times, as soon as I get stuff, I might get a repeat buy, or I get that a lot in my feedback as well. There's like, we'll buy from again. And then one of the other things I do on I poly bag everything, but everything goes in a clear poly mailer. And then I just throw these, I don't know how well you can see these, but it's just a plain, just thank you for your business sticker.
Oh, yeah.
I don't go begging for feedback or nothing like that. And I just do the 1-day shipping and stuff like that. So, people are all about, the instant gratification. So, they want their stuff down, they want it quick. And if they get it and it looks really, really nice, I think sometimes, you can, you're going to get you're gonna get repeat business just from that. I mean, you look more
Right.
professional.
Where do you
Yeah,
find those
I agree.
stickers, Andy?
What's that?
Where do you find those stickers?
Actually, I got these off of eBay. I think these are 2-inch gold. I think they're just 2-inch gold thank you stickers. I think these actually came from a company called Pardee Label. I don't even know how to spell it, but I believe that's who I ordered these from last time. Like a roll of
Yeah.
500. It doesn't cost a whole lot, but like I said, I'm not a big fan of the 5-star stickers where they said, if you're happy with our stuff, please give us a 5-star review. And then before leaving feedback, or
Right.
before leaving negative feedback, I hate that idea because automatically you're putting negative feedback into somebody's head.
Exactly.
And I just totally don't like that. So, I mean, I'm just happy that you purchased for me. I put it on everything.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a video game, a necktie, what it is. I mean, if I sell a Sony Walkman, I bag everything all gets done up pretty nice. And I just put one of them stupid stickers on there. They don't cost anything. It's not necessary, but it's
Yeah.
just one of those little extra things that I do, to try to get that customer loyalty or maybe get somebody else to come back and buy something else from me.
Right. And they're really eye-catching. I like how they're gold and it's a star. And
Yeah.
it's funny that you say that thing about the 5-star feedback because I too had ordered some just like that, probably I think off of eBay a while back, and I was using them. And then I started listening to some other people talk, and they were like, well, you're reminding people about feedback. That could also be a bad thing too, right? So I don't know. I haven't been using them for a while now, but I like the idea of just the simple thank you. It's simple and to the point.
Exactly. I don't want to remind you. I mean, honestly, a lot of my feedback all comes from the super fast shipping. I mean, I would say probably 75% of my feedback all mentions something about super quick shipping. And on one of my videos I did one day, I actually showed my feedback. I went through it and just showing, I think, the importance of doing like the 1-day handling, having it super quick. And I mean, it was literally like, I just did my first whole page and it was like probably three quarters of them all mentioned something about super fast shipping. It was just the turnaround time. They were very, very happy with that. So and honestly, when you do the 1-day shipping, I think you get a boost in the search rank as well.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
So it's a double win.
Yeah. So you do 1-day handling then?
Yes, I do 1-day handling.
Okay.
So for me, it's a little difficult because I do work a full-time job too. So I work 40 hours a week. So I mean, I got to really make sure I'm on top of things to get my stuff out. But sometimes that means just 2 trips to the post office a day. I usually drop stuff off first thing in the morning when I head to work. Anything that I can get in the blue box, and then all my boxes and stuff like that. Then I usually drop off after I get off work. But it can be done. Anyone can do that.
That's good. That's real good. What about you, Ronnie?
Yeah, I mean, I do get probably, and the only reason I know this is because I use GoDaddy bookkeeping, and it tells you like every week how many repeat customers you have. So when I do my paperwork weekly, I try to do it weekly. Doesn't always happen, but usually I'll check it and I'll look, and it'll be like, hey, you had 3 repeat customers. We probably get between, I would say, 10 and 15 repeat customers a week. I mean, a month on eBay.
That's great.
A little less, but I think it's just, we sell a lot of the same thing. We're in a clothing niche. We mostly sell men's clothing, and it's kind of fun because you can go, if you do have the GoDaddy, you could actually see when they bought something from you, how much they paid, when it was. So it's kind of cool, and there's a lot of people that buy just like, they'll buy a suit from us every month or every 2 months. If we get a certain size, then I have a list of like 30 people with their emails that if we find a specific size or a specific brand in their size, we message them, and most of the time they buy it even just as soon as it goes on eBay.
Wow, that's great.
So I have my little notepad that I keep things down on, and I don't always remember. Like somebody will be like, oh, so you were going to keep a lookout for me, and they bought the item anyway. But it's like, oh, I didn't think about it. Like, it just missed. But I think it's just, we ship stuff fast 1 day usually. When we had stuff at the house, our mail came at 4 o'clock. So if anybody bought anything up to 4 o'clock, and this is even when we're at the warehouse, it would go out that day. I would look and see if the mail came yet or not. If it didn't come, I'd go and package it up real quick and get it on its way. And I take a lot of care in shipping, even though it's clothing, and I just go a little extra mile to make sure they get that thing. It might cost me $1, maybe more, to ship it in a certain like a certain box over an envelope or something like that, but they get that item and they're happy, and that's all that matters.
Right.
You know, and as long as you're describing your stuff correctly and taking good enough photographs and having measurements and answering questions and this and that, people are mostly happy. You know, clothing is one of those niches where you can get a lot of repeat customers. You know, just as if you're like the Crazy Picker Life and you deal with cameras, that one, they probably get a lot of repeat customers because you're niched in a lot of different things. As far as if you just sold like Golden Finger Picker and you sell things all across the board, it's probably a little harder to get repeat customers.
Right. Like I feel like I sell a whole lot of just like everything, and I know John does definitely too. So.
Absolutely, I sell anything I think I can make a buck on, basically.
Right.
Yeah, I'm learning more and more every day about new things I can sell to make money on.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention also, I see that Angie, Treasured Vintage, just showed up in the chat, and we were talking earlier. She did a live video, and we were talking about like customer loyalty when it comes to customers on Etsy. And so what Angie does a lot of times is if her really good customers like buy something from her, she could go and actually see her customers favorited on Etsy, and so she might include an extra piece of jewelry.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so I thought that was also a nice little touch too.
Yeah, definitely. Just an extra little throw in. I'm sure people are loving that.
Right.
Yeah, I got to get back into Etsy.
I know. I'm slowly starting to get back. I've been trying to list more on there. So, yeah, and also Angie tells me that you can get a lot more bang for your buck over there as well. You can ask higher prices.
I sold a lot of glassware on Etsy. It was the only place I was able to sell it.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
And I kind of accidentally ended up with a bunch of it.
They take a smaller percentage than eBay, don't they?
I'm not really sure about the details. Like
30 cents a listing, and then I don't know what the percentage is after that, but I know it's 30 cents to make every listing.
Really? I think mine's 20. I think it's 20 cents.
Maybe.
It lasts like
30
4
cents
months.
Canadian,
20
so yeah, maybe 20 cents.
Yeah, and it's good for like
US.
4 months, right? I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. What are you giggling about, Ronnie?
Because I tried Etsy twice and both times I failed.
Oh.
So when people start talking about Etsy, I kind of get a little giggle out of it. I'm the only person that puts stuff on Etsy, and because it lasts so long, I forget it. I sell it on eBay, I forget to take it off Etsy, and it's like, it
Yes.
sells. And sometimes I even gave up on it and I walk away from it. And it's like, you know, I'll check my messages and it's like, there's a case open for item not received. And I'm like, what happened here?
You got an order? Like you got an order and you didn't know about it?
That was the last one, a pair of shoes. I think I just missed the email. Like I just deleted it thinking it was probably just some, you know, generic, you know, like, hey. But it's
Right.
whatever.
So what else you got, John?
You know, just with the whole customer loyalty thing, I feel like a lot of it comes with service. You know, you really want to meet people's expectations. So if you describe something a certain way, you need to make sure it is the way you describe it. And if you say 1 day handling, then you ship it out the next day or sometimes the same day. You know, a big thing is what they call under promising and over delivering.
Yeah.
So maybe if you do 2 day handling, and if you do only, you know, you get it out the very next day, you get it right to the post office, and they get it quicker than they expected, then they're going to be happy and they're going to come back to you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Unfortunately, I had to change mine, and I don't even work a full-time job except for being a mom. I just couldn't do the 1 day handling time. I kept getting dinged on it. So, you know, that's when my friend Deb was like, you know, you just need to change that. So I changed mine, and hopefully I'll be doing better with it that way. But for the time being, I just can't do 1 day. I can't.
Sure.
Now, do they count weekend days for that?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Business days.
Yeah.
Just business days.
Yeah. And I was going to say the same thing basically that John said is in order to get customer loyalty, I mean, your best bet is just to treat them, you know, special. Make sure that they get what they want when they needed it or above, like you were saying, you know, deliver. And that's going to be much more than any little sticker you put on there. You know, they don't care if there's a little cool sticker on it if it's 3 days late. You know, but first things first is get them taken care of. That's going to be your best bet to get them to come back.
Right, I agree, definitely.
One of the things I do too is I pretty much offer like a no hassle return. You know, I mean, I don't monkey around with, you know, getting all worked up about returns and this and that, you know, because like I said, majority of my stuff's closed. I have like almost nothing into it. So if somebody says, oh, hey, this had a stain, or I didn't like the color doesn't match, or this or that, I depending on what it is, I usually just tell them to keep it. It's my gift to you. Don't worry about it. Sorry. And, you know, a lot of times I'll get like really good feedback just off of that. You know, I mean, I think one of the more recent ones I've actually got had a problem, and it was someone that it was a color issue. You know, they just didn't think the color matched, and I think I do pretty good photos, not too my horn, but you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, it's like, well, it wasn't really what I was expecting. I said, you know what, instead of having them just send it back because, you know, they're going to do item not as described, I'm going to eat that shipping. You know, so just keep it. It's actually easier for me to have them keep it, to write it off, and they're happy. You know,
right.
and honestly, I had a pair of Tommy Bahama shorts that I had sold someone. It was the same instance. The color was just not quite what they wanted, but they did. So I told them to keep it, and they ended up buying another pair off of me, identical. It was the same size, but you know, because they liked the way they said, you know, everything was packaged beautifully, blah 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 blah. You know, and so that's that repeat, you know, sort of thing where you just go that little extra mile, like what Ronnie was saying. You know, maybe put something in a box instead of just stuff it into, you know, like a pair, you know, like I know there's a lot of people out there, they'll take jeans and they'll stuff them in them flat, them flat mailers.
Padded flat rate.
Just not the padded ones, just the regular
really?
cardboard mailers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, I know guys that'll take and do that, you know, just to save a couple extra cents. And it's like, that's just ridiculous. You know what, just mailer or you know, you could do something extra with them. Or, you know, I mean, I've even seen where, you know, there's some other YouTubers stuff I've heard them talk about, you know, shoving blazers in those cardboard, you know, mailers and stuff just to save a few cents. Put them in a box. Yeah. I mean, look at Ronnie's laughing. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. But they'll do that just to save a couple bucks because you can ship it for $5 instead of maybe $7 or $8. It's just take that, you know, I mean, when you're buying a higher end, you know, piece of clothing or whatever, you know,
Andy's freezing up. I'm looking in the chat. Got Junk in Our Trunk says, I've owned several businesses over the years. We've always said the customer's not always right, but they are always the customer. Take care of business no matter what. Loyalty follows. I think that's a really good point. You know, sometimes you have to go the extra mile. You might not want to deal with the customer, but you know, if you take care of them, they might come back. So you've just got to kind of suck it up and help them and move on, I guess.
Like a guy that buys a laptop from you that says for parts as is, and I'm now on the 23rd message of what kind of hard drive and RAM it needs and how to boot it up and get it running. So where do you
draw
the line? Like it's $60 that you spent on it, but
yeah, you definitely have to draw the line.
Friend, what hard drive do I get for this? What RAM? I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best for parts, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely a line that people cross. I've had customers like curse me out in person, you know, and I say like, all right, that's it, I'm done. You're not on the website anymore. I'm deleting your account. You know, you've got to have your line that the people, if they cross it, you're just going to be done with them.
Well, that handgun we found in the storage, I had to escort the gentleman off the property yesterday because he finally came back looking for his unit, and I said, "No, your unit's been lost."
Oh my goodness!
No kidding.
He started getting F this, F that, and we're gonna fight outside. And I had another customer in there, so I finally escorted him out. Yeah, OPP had to come. They showed up, and then asked if I wanted him off the property. I said, well, yeah, that's why I dragged him halfway out into the parking lot. And
how much time do you give somebody before?
So after 15 days, I'll put a lock on your unit so you can't get in and try and sneak out a half month early. And then after 30 days, you'll get a registered letter saying you have another 15 to come in, set up payment arrangements, or to pay in full, or just contact me in the next 15. If we don't hear from him in the next 15, that's 45 days. We send one more letter saying your stuff's being repossessed in 5 days.
Wow. Well, I mean, I feel like 2 weeks is, you know, plenty enough time to realize that you haven't paid your bill yet, right?
Letter, an email, a phone call. So it's kind of on you after that. After 45 days, we repossess it and rent it to the next person. We only do about 3 a year, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad.
No, it's not often.
Well, and also I want to bring something up. So I just noticed a few minutes ago, Chad hadn't joined us. Where is Chad?
I don't know. Where's Chad?
Did I
Ronnie,
scare
have
him
you
off?
talked to him?
I don't know. I really haven't talked to him all day. I just
Okay.
noticed I sent
He's
him a
probably,
message
he's probably napping.
at
Right.
like 12 o'clock and he never replied.
Maybe he lost that shirt.
Well, what I wanted to bring up about Chad was, you know, how we were talking about the business cards not too long ago, and he says that, you know, he doesn't care who knows that he's a real reseller, and that he has gained more from letting people know that he's a reseller, you know, as opposed to keeping his under a secret, right? And so he'll leave his business cards like at the local thrift store, and I think whenever he'll go to garage sales, he'll leave cards there. And I feel like that's also another way, you know, to have repeat customers, because they'll remember if they want to sell something, they might think, oh yeah, that guy gave us that card, you know, we can go check him out. So I feel like the business cards is another good point, you know, for customer loyalty, repeat customers.
Oh yeah, I love the
Absolutely.
business cards. That was one of the best things I've ever done.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that they're kind of leery about it, you know, advertising that they're resellers, but I've had a lot of good feedback from it. I mean, it doesn't bother that many people at all.
So do you leave your card when you go to garage sales and estate sales?
Absolutely. I try to leave 10 cards a day.
Now, do your business cards have your YouTube channel on it?
No, because I've just started this like 2 months ago. I mean, I might do it eventually. I've thought about putting the graphic on my van, the YouTube graphic, but
Oh, that's a good idea.
I haven't started it yet.
I know somebody here in my town. She's not a reseller, but she has a big logo on the back of her truck too. She's Pamela Girlfish, and she's all into fishing and stuff like that. That's how I found out about her, and I went and checked out her channel, and she catches all kinds of cool fish out here in Galveston. So,
That's cool.
yeah, it's definitely a way to get some more exposure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've never put the YouTube channel on the card. Just what I buy and phone number. And
Right. I
that's
know.
my
I haven't.
eBay store too.
Yeah, I've never handed mine out like at garage sales or anything. Just really to people I know.
Oh, I make it rain at garage sales with those cards. You find them blowing around in the wind at the end of the garage sale.
The Tonya, if
Right.
you give them to the people that you know, they already know you. See, what good is that?
No,
working?
why do I have these cards?
Yeah, you're handing them to your husband. He knows who you are. I mean,
Do you think I should hand them out at garage sales?
I would 9 times out of 10 people are happy to get them.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what
There's
if
about
I
a 10% return on them, Tanya. You'll get people that'll call you for sure.
what happens if somebody watches the video and they're like, oh my God, that girl bought that for me for $1 at my garage sale and she sold her for $50.
Because I think we live in a consumerism world, and everyone
Yeah.
just, they buy, and they don't know what to do with it all, and then they get overwhelmed with it, and they're happy to just get rid of it,
All right, you know what?
You know what?
even if you're making money off it.
I might try it this weekend. And we'll
Let's
see
say
what happens.
to sell something to you for $1. Now, yeah, of course, this is me, whatever. And you sold it for a bunch, and I saw it later. I'd be like more like for $1. Not. I wouldn't be upset at you. You know, I'd be more upset
Right.
that I didn't
Yep.
catch it.
Yeah.
That's just our reseller mindset, though. Son of a bitch, could have made more money off
True.
this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What about
What
you?
was I thinking?
It sells right away. You get so mad.
Yeah. Ronnie, do you use the cards?
I have cards, but I've rarely gave them out. I've gave them out to like other people that I know are buyers at like estate
Oh, yeah,
sales and
buyers,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Or, you know, thinking they may come a hold of something and will, you know, sell it to me or whatever. But I've never really gave them out at yard sales. Some of the estate sale companies, I'll use it if I make an offer on something. I'll write on the back of the card my offer and give it to them to see what happens. Trying to think. I don't know. I don't know how comfortable I feel putting my
I know.
YouTube channel on it though. Just because I don't know, like the YouTube channel thing is like, no. But I'm buying and selling. I'll have my email address, my telephone
Okay.
number.
So maybe I should have some different cards made up just for the garage sales and estate sales.
Well, Chad
know?
does it, but I think I just think for me it's too nichey, and you know, if I was selling things all over the place, you know, like all kind of different kind of things, maybe I would. But
Right.
I don't know.
I think you're right. I think if I was to have cards made, some older ones from my other business, but I wouldn't put a YouTube channel. But I would put all my other ways to contact me. You know, whether if you wanted to do Facebook. I mean, I may or may not do Facebook, but I definitely would do email, phone, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember there was a YouTuber that put his channel and his listings on eBay.
Oh my gosh.
And I was
Wow.
like,
I don't know if I do that.
I was like, oh, that's a little.
That's pretty
Yeah.
brazen there.
I wonder how
They
that
don't
went
do it
over.
anymore, but
Okay.
they did do it for a while.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hey, just showing you who you really are.
Put it all out there in the open.
Hey, I got this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now
$50, and I'm
that-
gonna sell it to you for 100.
It really is transparent there. I mean, that's more than transparent. That's like in your face. So,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, John, you say you have repeat buyers, and so how do you have a way to track how many repeat buyers you have? I mean, or just by name, you see, oh, hey, I see this guy's name all the time.
Yeah. So we've got each week about 100 to 125 customers that come in that win bids, and I'd say at least 40 to 50 of them are repeat.
Wow.
So we get
really good.
yeah, we get a ton of repeat business, and there's so many that I know by name. A lot of them have been buying from me from the beginning. So, I'll come in and just, chat it up with them, like talk about their family. But yeah, they're there every week, and, they just really enjoy it. They love seeing what's coming up next and what just came through the door. And they always want to see the fresh stuff coming in.
It sounds like
Sure.
so much fun. So when you were showing us your haul Saturday, is that where your business is, that big like warehouse looking place?
Yep. That's my big warehouse. I've got 3,500 square feet.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
Oh, that's bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really big.
I didn't start that big. My first one was only 2,000, but I outgrew it, so I'm in the bigger one now.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of y'all's video. I didn't get a chance to finish it yet, but the one that you uploaded for Saturday, and your wife, she's so adorable. I love her energy. She has good energy.
She's awesome. She's sitting
Yeah.
right here. Tanya says that you're adorable and she loves your energy. She
and
says thanks.
and I noticed that you guys got a Damn It doll.
Yes, I didn't know what that was. She was
Yeah,
all
I've got a
excited about
couple
the
of 'em.
Damn It doll.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Well, it's a little rag doll. I wish I had one here with me, but you take it, and I guess when you get mad, you fling it around and you hit it.
Oh, I need one of those.
Yes.
I need
Okay,
like a
Ronnie.
life size. Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
stress reliever, I guess.
yeah, you had a really big haul, John.
Yeah, we got a really
Saturday.
good day. I mean, we just found so much stuff. And what's funny is all of that was in one neighborhood.
That's crazy, crazy good.
Yeah, we were thrilled.
Yes.
All right, guys. So,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Tanya. Go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
So I was going to ask you guys. I threw out a challenge last week. I told everyone to step out of their comfort zone. I'm wondering if anybody took me up on that.
I did.
You did? What'd you do?
I did. I haven't had an antique booth for like the last year and a half because I've been so busy with the house and everything. So I went out to Strathroy, and I'll be setting up for a new antique booth soon.
Yay! That's
That's awesome.
exciting.
Nice
You
job,
should make
Tori.
a video. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
So what
Yeah.
is the size? What kind of size is it?
Oh, it's just a 10 by 10. So it's
Okay.
a decent size.
Yeah, that's a good size.
Hmm.
It's bigger
Yeah, I
than
picked
mine.
up a couple furniture things and just little bits, end tables and some old crates and stuff. So
Yeah, that's where you can totally pay your rent with those furniture pieces.
yep. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Anybody else?
I did set up my garage to do e-waste scrapping, and I actually did. I emptied about half my garage or half my storage unit into my garage to begin scrapping it out and breaking it down. So, but one thing I did want to say about your thing, one of the things that I thought about when you originally said it was, do the same thing is if you don't spend it, you don't need to make it, right? So another way to not necessarily stream, but increase the stream you have is by being frugal and work whatever it is, if it's couponing or whatever it is that you got to do to cut costs. Because if you cut costs, then you don't have to make that money and you can use it for other things. So when you originally said that, I thought, man, that's probably the only way I could do it. But then again, like I said, I had just set up to redo my scrap stuff. So
I think that's smart, Duane. I mean, you can always look at your costs. There's costs everywhere. You know, with eBay, you're buying boxes, you're buying tape, you're buying bubble mailers, all kinds of things. So you can, shop around and see if you can save money there, or in your personal life, like you said, cut coupons and see where you can save money on your budget.
Right.
I haven't bought a box in forever.
Go ahead, George.
Well, I haven't bought a box in forever. I went to a few local businesses, and I take all their boxes once a week. And one of them.
Jory, you're like the
place,
ultimate networker, man. You've got so many connections. I'm so jealous.
It's all about networking. I learned that working for dealerships, doing sales in dealerships. It was all about networking with the different dealerships, and I'd wholesale a lot out to different ones. And
that's awesome, man.
Took that same sort of aspect of the reselling business. But yeah, cell phone and small electronic stores, computer stores, ask for their boxes. They're always perfect size shipping boxes, I find. Nice. And they're happy to give them to you.
Huh. Andy, how about you, bud? Did you do anything to step outside of your comfort zone this week?
Just some Facebook sales. I mean, that's not really outside of my comfort zone, but it's still extra revenue. And when I was outsourcing this week, I was looking for a few things that I could put up on OfferUp and let go. Just some things that I won't probably sell on eBay. I picked up a couple beer signs and stuff like that. So, not something I really want to ship off to eBay. I got a buddy who's got an antique booth as well.
Freezing up again? Oh, maybe it was me freezing up.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, my computer just crashed on me earlier, so I don't even know where the heck I was.
But, you're right here, Andy. You're right here.
Hey, I don't know where I'm at half the time. But I got a buddy who's got an antique booth in town also that every once in a while I go thrift with, and I work with him actually too. So whenever I get something big or something decent, he'll let me put it in his booth, and I always tell him that, I'll either split it with you or we'll work out something. So he's always happy to do something like that.
That's awesome, man. I saw you also got a Scentsy warmer.
Oh, yeah. You know what happened with that? Tonya knows what happened with it. My wife ended up
taking
it.
Exactly.
I thought she was going to end up with that stupid thing. But, she ended up finding it. And I was like, I didn't get it hidden in time. And, she copped onto it. So
I'd say probably about half of the ones that I've shown in my YouTube hauls, I end up keeping.
Yeah, I actually had a sale this weekend. Lady had a whole bunch of them, but I think she was either a dealer that was getting out of them because most of them all were pretty pricey, and she wasn't willing to come down at all on them. And she had some pretty cool ones. I didn't realize how many different just types and styles and stuff like that there were, but there were some really, really just different ones and interesting ones. But she was asking some pretty good money for them. I'm like, it's a candle warmer for Christ's sake.
Right? I got an autism one that was brand new in the box. I think I paid $4 for it at a garage sale, and I want to say I sold it for about $45. So they can definitely bring some good money.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Lonnie. I was talking to him, a little bit, and I think you guys might have been in the chat when I did that haul. There's quite a few of those that go in that $40, $50 range, and it's absolutely crazy. It's like them stupid lawn burger baskets. They retire, and then they're more desirable. I mean, it's crazy. It's like I said, it's a candle warmer. But
yeah, they're a lot safer than regular candles too, because there's no flame, right?
No, just like a little light bulb.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, about half the things I sell, I think, why would anybody in the world buy this? I mean, seriously, this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it sells, right?
Yeah.
There's a buyer for everything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that some of the things I do is I've actually sold stuff from doing on YouTube, my videos, the thrift hauls, and people will message me and, they might be interested in an item, and I've sold things that way. And then also we have around here, I don't know if you guys have it. Have you ever heard of garage sale with a V instead of a G?
No, what's that?
Well, it's just a place the one that I'm a part of here, it's all moms. It's only ladies who participate. And you can sell stuff or you can swap stuff. So I've sold a lot of things that way too, locally. And also the Facebook groups. I've been hearing about them. I have a friend, Dawn, she was telling me about it. She thinks I need to try it, and I want to try it. I just haven't got around to it yet. But I think there's, definitely there to make some money that way too.
The Facebook groups are really good for unloading stuff, especially locally. And then like they got a new thing that they added recently. It's called like Marketplace. So like bunch of like local Facebook groups like in different towns, and there's different items are $50 or less, and then they have another one's called like Man's Barter, and they have so it's all kind of different areas. But I can do one listing and then hit Marketplace, and it'll post to every single one that I subscribe to. So it might, which is great. So it gets a ton of exposure.
I've heard that. That's great.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't remember what the little icon looks like on your, on your Facebook, but when you go into your, your groups or your whatever things that you're subscribed to, there's one of the little icons up there. It says, Marketplace.
Yeah, it looks like a little
you
hut.
can post all the different.
Yeah, I need to do that, especially like for the bigger, heavier things too.
Yeah, that's typically what I do with, like I said, my bigger stuff that, I don't have a big warehouse like John or, Ronnie and stuff like that. I'm just a little guy, so whenever I get something big, I can't start stockpiling that stuff. I got to dump it quick. So, wife will choke me. I start hoarding that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Oh, John's been replaced.
Uh-oh. I think she's on mute. Oh, we must be getting another beer. You're on mute. We can't hear you.
I think you can. Yeah.
Up at the top, there's a little microphone.
I got it.
Oh, yay. Hello. How are you?
Hey, guys. So I feel like the girls here are not represented fairly, so I'm here for you, Tonya.
Oh, thank you. Oh, hey, we have to cheers. Cheers.
She's much better to look at than John all afternoon. So
I'm much better to look at. I also feel like we should maybe look for an option to do a reseller wine cellars for our wine lovers. Maybe I'm the only one.
There you go.
Whiskey and beer, no wine for me.
Yeah, wine just means a really bad hangover. Oof.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to be really practiced in the wine.
The first and last time I ever drank wine, it was a homemade Greek wine. And I don't remember
Ooh.
the night. Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
I think it was.
No, continue with your reseller talk.
Okay, I've got to say this. So my kinetic energy says John had 3 beers and turned into a chick.
Oof, and he's gone.
So listen, what are you going to do with that damn it doll?
Well, gosh, I don't even know. So part of me wants to hold on to it in case I can give it as a gift to an angry coworker or whatever. Part of me just wants to keep it because it's so funny and awesome.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm a hoarder when it comes to cool stuff like that. So
Right, me too. And they are cute. They're adorable. The first time I found one. What's that?
Well, I'm so glad you know what it was because he looked at me like I was crazy because it was so cool. But I've been looking at those at every like tourist place we've been going to. Like they have them everywhere, and if I can pay like $1 for it versus 15, I'll take it every day.
Yes. The first time I came.
You should just
Go ahead.
you should just hang on to it for when John's watching those Reds games and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was reading, it has like a little like quote to it and stuff. And like the whole point is that you yell, damn it, damn it, damn it. And you like hit it against something. So I hit it against him, but he didn't get that on video for the YouTube.
That would have been some good footage.
I know.
So how did your interview go?
Oh, yeah.
We heard a little bit about it.
I don't know if we can talk about
Did you get the
that.
job?
Well, I'm not going to know for a while, but I'm not going to widely publicize that just yet because I love the company that I work for. But no,
okay.
they're not going to watch something like this. But no, I mean I think it went really well, and I don't know. Fingers crossed. I love all the good mojo you guys all have sent. Sent John and send it on to me. So thank you.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Thank you.
The hard part's already done, right? Now you just wait.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so stressful. Like, good for you guys for all working for yourselves, so you don't have to deal with all this crap. It's such BS.
Right. So, Duane, what are you guys going to be talking about tonight on Chris's show?
Respect. And I'm going to warn you guys right now, and this is, a little bit of a spoiler, but Chris is in a really raunchy mood. So
Why?
you might, I don't know, you might want to show up. There may be some F-bombs dropped by Chris.
What?
So he even said that in the description, that there may be some foul language used. So if y'all, want to check that out.
Respect or a rant?
It's the subject is respect. But I think he's going to rant about respect. So
Okay. As related to like the reseller world, or
you know what? You're asking me like I have any inside knowledge. I have none.
okay.
All he said is we're not going to do yours, your topic. We're going to do this one. Or he said it nicely, and I'm like, cool. So. But
Gave him a little respect, huh?
yeah, I gave him a little respect, gave him a little space, No,
That's so funny.
So
Yeah, you guys crack me up on your show.
well, we try.
All right.
Well, I'm going to turn this back over to John because, I promised I wouldn't let YouTube go to my head. So with my YouTube debut, I think I'm going to, try to keep it pretty mellow. Did you guys see Darcy today in today's video?
Yeah, she's cute.
Oh, is that your daughter?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Darcy's our daughter.
Adorable.
Yeah. She really hangs tough with us. Say that again, Parrothead.
I said, how old is she?
Oh, so she just was 15 months old.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, she's about to be my granddaughter then.
Aww.
God, I feel old.
Yeah, she is turning into a terror when it comes to like walking and running and not wanting to do anything that we want her to do. So no, but she's a ton of fun. So
That's awesome.
hey, thanks
got
for
about
letting
20
me crash. Go ahead.
20 years of that. Them not wanting, listening to you and not wanting to do what you say. About 20 years.
I know. It's gonna be so tough. We'll make it through though. John's already talked about how he's gonna teach her the good stuff like negotiations with garage sales
And hustling and stuff.
and
Yeah.
hustling. Yeah, she's gonna have an incredible work ethic thanks to him. So hey, thanks for letting me crash your YouTube show.
Yeah, thanks for stopping
Absolutely.
by.
I'm gonna hand it back over.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ronnie, Karen's at the beach is asking how your lovely wife is doing.
She's doing good. She spent a bunch of days at her father's beach house with him, so they were fishing and stuff. So
Fun.
she comes back Saturday, so I'm getting excited. And then Monday
Definitely.
we're turning around and taking off for Chicago, so it's gonna be like, come home, let's go, pack up the bags. Because me and Chad were like, maybe we'll leave even sooner, but I can't. It's like, dude, I gotta wait till the wife comes in. And I don't feel like traveling on a Sunday. It's like,
My
I'll
wife
Yeah.
was nice enough to let me do the show on our anniversary today.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
happy
6 years today.
anniversary.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary, Joy.
Yeah, 6 years today.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
Cheers, buddy.
So, John, did you have anything else that you wanted to cover or any points that you wanted to hit on?
So I guess with the whole challenge thing that I threw out to you guys, I tried to kind of take it upon myself too. So I'm always looking for good quality consigners to bring me stuff to put on the website. So I went to an antique booth or an antique mall that's like 2 miles from my warehouse. And I just walked the whole thing and I found a bunch of business cards in all the booths. So I'm going to call on them and just see if they've got extra inventory that they can't move and hopefully get some more good stuff in the door.
You are so
Nice.
smart. The way
That
your
is a good
brain
idea.
works. That's a good idea.
I'm always trying to think outside the box. I feel like if I'm not always trying to think of the next thing or think outside the box, then I'm just going to get left behind.
Right. And I need to get some business cards in my antique booth. I need to do that. I'm making a note.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
did that with my old antique booth. I'll have to do that with the new one too.
Yeah,
Some cards there,
definitely.
yeah.
You should make a video about that, Jory. I'd really like to see it.
Setting it up, yeah. I
Yeah,
have
setting it up. Yeah.
already like 8+ hours worth of footage I filmed, but it's been so hard with this house. I finally have a little office I'm sitting in now. I just finished it literally 15 minutes before the show. I finished putting the desk together and plugging the computer in.
All right, for those of you guys who don't have a business like John, what do you guys recommend putting on your business card? Because that's something actually I was just looking at this week after we had the show. That I believe it was the first show where Chad and everybody were all talking about business cards. You guys just put your name on there and then just like contact information. You putting what all you look for. You're doing like a buy, sell, trade. Like how are you guys breaking down like kind of what all you're putting on your business card? I mean I'm figuring as simple as possible, but you still want to look. I was messing with some different ideas and trying to figure out what I like best. Just have my name on the front and then my phone number. But do I want to put, like maybe buy, sell, trade, or maybe on the back, have what all I'm looking for, or what
Right.
how do you guys do it?
I think that Chad puts buy, sell, and trade on his cards. So that's good. Me being a woman, I'm not crazy about putting my number on there.
Exactly.
But I do, like on the business cards I have now, it's got like my P.O. box and my email address. So, and then mine just says Thrifting for Profits, eBay, Amazon, and Etsy. So, but yeah, I'm going to get some made up for the antique booth, definitely, and change it up.
And I did hear when Chad was talking, he said he doesn't put what he's looking for because that may be limiting. Say I look for clothes, then if he finds video games, he's going to call you, or anything but clothing. So if you do specific what you look for, make sure it's very broad, so that it comes across as you're not just a clothing seller or just a video game seller. You want to get the whole gambit.
Right. Go ahead, Ron.
That was the issue I made when I made my business cards. I made them very niche specific, that it's like, I'll just show it to you just because it's like, hey, I'm looking for signs and oil cans and stuff.
Oh, I like that. That's
But
nice.
it's
But it
like-
looks nice though.
But it's like,
That's cool.
oh shit, like that's very specific to, you know what I mean? It's like, I was like, okay, we have to order some more and I just haven't got around to them. I should have, but I just haven't.
Because the reseller rally's coming up. You're going to want to be handing those out.
I'll give those out because I got a lot of them.
So Got Junk in Our Trunk says, I'm an estate liquidator, and on my business card I have the basic information with email, website on back, and has info we buy, sell, or haul away. So
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that lets them know that,
and then
you'll take everything. That's good.
and then he follows up saying you'd be surprised how many will take you up on the haul it away, and it is turned down business like anything else.
Yeah, because you can keep what you want to keep and then just donate, go drop it off and donate the rest if you don't want any of it. That's a good idea. A lot of work, but good idea.
At one time I went through and we have a local classifieds, basically Craigslist type here called KSL, and I would go through all the big garage sales, and I would say I would email them because they always had their email on it, right? I would email and say, whatever doesn't sell, I'll come pick up for free if you want me to. And I ended up with more crap than you would ever imagine. I mean, seriously, I ended up with so much stuff. I was like, I can't do that. I can't do it anymore because I ended up, we had one person who they had taken 2 households and combined into one. So basically, I got an entire house full.
Wow.
For free, because they were trying to liquidate whatever they didn't sell at the garage sale. I haul off for free. They're happy. They got rid of all their shit.
Yeah.
But I ended up with a ton of crap.
I feel like if you do that, you need to have an outlet for it. So I do that too. I've got 2 different business cards, and one of them says, garage sale leftovers, I'll haul them away for free. And I have live auctions. So everything I take out of there that I don't really want or isn't that great, I just throw it in a box and put it in my live auction, and then it's gone.
That's
Right.
such a good idea.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
very
almost-
important to have an outlet for sure.
Yeah. And you almost need like a truck or a van, right, to haul all that stuff away.
Usually a truck and a trailer.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. 'Cause there's so much.
Yes. So,
But you can get some good stuff for sure. That one guy gave me a 6-foot lifetime table for free.
yeah, that's nice.
I went to one guy's place and he gave me the trailer. All I had to do was show up in my truck. He loaded the trailer and said, take the trailer too.
Duane, that's how I got my trailer.
Oh
You're
my
kidding.
God.
He gave you a free
I'm
trailer?
telling you. Full of
Oh
shit.
my gosh.
Duane, I got
All
my
right,
trailer the
that
same
beats
way,
my
but it was
table.
in a forest and it was kind of in need of repairs. But it was
Yeah.
free. It was if
Yeah,
you want to take
haul
it,
it
so
off,
I
it's
put new
yours.
wheels on it and hauled it out of the bush, and yeah, a couple new sheets of plywood down, and it was a good trailer.
Yeah, there you go. And trailers aren't cheap either.
Oh,
No, they're not.
Pretty decent money
shitty
for
one's
trailers.
$1,000.
So, not to change the subject, but we did have a question in the chat that Ronnie caught from Karen's at the beach, and she says, "Are you all considering doing 60-day returns for eBay?"
So that's funny that she asks that. I don't do as much eBay as you guys do, but from my personal experience, I feel like if a buyer has a problem with something, eBay's gonna return it for them and
Right.
take the money from your account regardless of what you put as a return.
That's so true.
So I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, you may
absolutely.
as well do it if it's going to help you. Put 60 days because they're going to do it anyways.
I'll probably do 60 days on everything but electronics.
It's the same thing with the
Right.
people that offer no returns. You know what? There's eBay's still going to make you return that item. So you know what? Offer the returns. You know, I mean, I do 30 days, and honestly, the 60-day thing, the longer out you go, people are going to forget because they're like, you know, I got 60 days to return this. The longer it is, the farther out it goes. Why do you think on infomercials they offer, 60-day, 120? The return rate is so far out there because they want you to forget, and then you're just gonna, I got forever to use this or whatever. You've forgotten by then, and you know what? Now you can't return it. So
Right.
it's kind of that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, the difference for me from 30 to 60 is like you were saying, Andy. It might be one person's going to make that, going to try and return it between the 30 and 60-day mark. So it's probably a no-brainer for me.
Right.
And the
Right.
guy that
Like I
was
said,
going to
with
return
me,
in
myself,
60 days? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no! Like I said, I mean, for me myself, I offer pretty much a hassle-free return, so I could care less. You want to return in 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is. If it's really that big a deal to you, fine. I'm not going to fight you. It's just not worth it. It's
Right.
not worth my headache and all that other stuff. Just fine, return it.
Yeah.
Definitely on bread and butter type items, but I'm sure if you have a high-end collectible or something like that, then there may be some. I might change it a little bit, but for all my bread and butter stuff, actually PayPal gives you 180 days anyway. So whether you want to or
Exactly.
not, PayPal
Yeah.
will give you 6 months.
Yep.
If they
Right.
if they really want to turn it, get it back, they will. So
Yeah.
it's really not that big a deal.
I think
Yeah, that's why
Karen,
when it.
Karen was more
Go ahead.
specifically looking for Ronnie's answer on that question, I guess, also. So, Ronnie, how do you feel about the 60-day returns?
I think I just did it a few days ago. I changed it to 60 days. I mean, I'm one of those people who, like Andy said before, people want to return something to me. I do not care. It's like it's sold once, it will sell again.
Yeah,
Most of the time with all our returns, even 30 days, people were like, when we went from 14 days to 30 days, like, oh my God.
Right?
Most people, if something does not work out, they will let you know within a few days of getting that item.
Yeah.
Almost
Oh, yeah.
very seldom does it even go past a week. So to change it to 30 days is like, I mean, the only issue I could see there being issues with is with shoes, possibly.
60
People
days
wear
or
shoes and,
They're size specific.
wear them for a little while and they're like, oh, I don't like the way they use them. That's the only issue possibly I see. But it's one of those things, you weigh it out and see how it works out. You can't
Yeah.
predict something until you do it.
Right.
Now, Ronnie, do you think you get a lot of people wearing some clothes for like a night out and then returning it a couple days after?
Very
they set it
seldom.
onto their yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I've had it where you know.
I think once I realized it was a suit because as I had to dry clean because it was like thrown in a ball. It must have been like donated in a bag and like just in a ball. And then I got it, but it was really
Smells like
brand.
cheap wedding wine.
So I had it dry clean, but when I got it back, it just reeked of cologne, and you're like, oh, somebody wore this. But I didn't care.
Exactly.
And also, Ronnie, didn't you say something about tuxedo that because tuxedos are kind of a one-night deal. If you sell a tuxedo, you do something different.
I have every time I've ever listed tuxedo, I put a restocking fee on that one on just tuxedos, just like that. You would not. And it's funny, every other tuxedo I sell, I get returned on.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen
one of
people
those
put tags in the buttonholes. So if you remove the tag from the buttonhole, then the return is void. I do that for electronics. I put a little warranty void tag removed, and I'll put it over a couple of the screw holes on the bottom. And I probably went from like 15-18% returns on electronics down to about 10.
Yeah.
It helped a lot.
And those are actually, I work in calibration, so I work with calibration void seals, and they're very cheap. I mean, you can buy probably 500 for $20, and all it basically says is
25.
Oh, okay, 25. So basically, all it says is if this is removed, warranty or return not available or warranty void. So yeah, there's plenty of ways to protect your electronics.
Right. And with used clothing as well. I mean, I had done a little mini rant not too long ago talking about how I was going to get like these little custom clothing tags and like one of those guns, that you put the barb in there. And if the tag's removed, you cannot return it, right? Because then I know you wore it. And, the same with shoes. I agree with Ronnie. I mean, people could wear the shoes for a couple of weeks and be like, oh, man, these really hurt my feet. I'm going to return them. So, but like you said, you just have to weigh it out if it's worth it or not for you.
But Tonya, if you pay 99 cents for a pair of shoes and they return them, so what? Right? I mean, you're not.
But
really,
if I sell them for $50,
you really
okay, you sound like my husband. But if I sell them for $50, then I have to get that money back.
You sold them for. It's not what you sold them for. It's what you bought them for, because that's what you're actually losing. You're losing that possibility of that sale of $50. But like Ronnie said, okay, now you're not going to sell them for $50. You'll sell them for $30 because they're used.
Right. Well, that's a good point.
You're only risking 99 cents.
It depends how they try to return them, though, because if they do them as item not described or whatever, then you're going to eat that shipping. So now you're
for sure, yeah.
Especially on a pair of shoes, you're looking at about $8 to $10 to send back a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
That's
hey guys,
when I tell them to keep it and I eat the loss.
Guys, I hate to interrupt. It is 9 o'clock. Chris the Walking Picker is starting his show right now, and Duane is also hosting it. So make sure you go over to Chris' channel. It's the Walking Picker, and next week this show will be on Jory's channel, Good Used Goods. So I guess we'll do it over there. Tonya, thanks for hosting. This was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for letting me host. It was so much fun. All right, bye guys. We'll see you next week on Jory's channel.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
See you later, guys.